even compare U.S. soldiers to European soldiers? In Iraq, French soldiers had a saying, "You better pray that you have an American in your squad." Why? One French soldier wrote about why after coming back from Iraq. Americans are taller and stronger than Europeans. The average American is strong, very strong. The weakest American was stronger than the strongest soldier in the French units. Americans were impressive. If you were in trouble, you prayed that an American unit took up the radio call for help. Why? When Americans picked up the call, their reply was simple: "Sit tight, we are coming to get you." With Europeans, there were delays or logistical issues, but the Americans were fully committed to your rescue. It's in their blood. No man left behind. They came no matter how bad the situation was. And when they arrived, they knew more about the threats in the area than the unit in trouble that had been there for hours. There was also an amazing fact. In all other forces, if an officer was taken out, you're taught to dig in or give up the position and retreat. Not the Americans. If an American falls, all hell breaks loose and they go on a rabid attack. If you harm an American, they are coming for you, and very little will save you. Please follow. The scariest sound in combat is an American saying, "Oh, hell no."
Don't ask questions about if any of that is true. Just enjoy the jingoism. Good morning, pineapples. Rise and freedom. Oh, hell no. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. Floby Tenderson, check your DMs over on X. Good morning, John Rails. Good to see you, brother. Dad Bod Baboon hanging out. Doesn't want me talking about these eggs. He wants me talking about those eggs. Egg prices driving you crazy? Well, why not just rent a chicken? Yes, you can rent chickens. In every crisis comes an opportunity. Egg prices are high. Rent a chicken, or better yet, rent 2 chickens. We're going to talk about that, as well as the Wall Street of eggs. Did you know that there is a Wall Street for eggs? Yeah, no kidding. The Wall Street of eggs. It's an egg clearinghouse connecting large volume buyers with sellers, providing a crucial service at the time the avian flu is limiting supplies. So that's what they want you to think. That's what they want us to believe. We know it's those Jews in the Federal Reserve. No, supposed to know. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. Hope everybody is feeling good today. If you're not, I don't know what to say. Quest saying sound is off, a little tinnish. Not sure. How does this sound to anybody else? Is anyone else getting that kind of issues with their audio? I can take a little listen here. Let's do a quick little live test here. What do you say, guys? Sorry that I have to do things like that, but when you see stuff like comments like those, you want to make sure everybody's getting a nice, enjoyable experience. Let me take a listen here. It sounds perfect to me in my little backup feed there to listen to. So if anybody else is having those problems, just let me know. We're going to talk this morning about DOGE. They say they found a nearly untraceable budget line item responsible for $4.7 trillion in payments. Yeah, $4.7 trillion. It's kind of like that. What's that movie where they fire Office Space, and he goes, so we just fixed the glitch, right? We just fixed the glitch. Elon Musk and his big balls, 20-year-old Zoomer people going in and saving the government. $4.7 trillion in payments. A nearly untraceable budget line. The Treasury access symbols, when left blank, made it nearly impossible to trace the payments. We knew that our cash was being shoveled out the door at a record pace. We knew that things like this were going on. We needed Elon Musk to get in and sort that out. A rounding error, sure. I don't know about $4.7 trillion rounding error, but needless to say. Some Trump voters have splintered over his rapid shakeup of Washington, says the Wall Street Journal, and yet some Democrat voters who were polled say that they don't regret their vote for Donald Trump at all. So why do some mainstream media organizations, legacy media organizations, why do they say that Trump voters are regretting their votes? And then why do other outlets report that Trump voters don't regret their votes? Do you regret your vote for Donald Trump? I sure don't. I'm having an absolute blast. I'm loving it. I'm not loving all these plane crashes, though. A string of plane crashes happening here in the United States. A Delta Airlines plane crash landed and flipped upside down on the runway at Toronto Pearson Airport, International Airport, on Monday. Miraculously, everybody on board escaped the wreck without critical injuries, but the footage is astounding.
We're in Toronto. We just landed. Our plane crashed. It's upside down. Fire department's on site. Upside down. Everybody, most people appear to be okay. We're all getting off.
Wow.
What's going on?
Now, the video of the plane actually crashing was one of them was recorded by a pilot who was nearby. I want you guys to take a look at this video. It's astounding what happens. Amazing that anybody walked away from it. And I want you, when you watch this, I want you to consider that there is some cursing in this video, okay? The person who is recording it is cursing, and I don't have an unedited version for you, especially when these things come in really fast. These videos come in really fast, and I'm serving up hot and fresh. So this is a video that has bad words in it. If you're somewhere where somebody is listening, I provide the bad word alert to you to let you know, so that you're not like listening to cursing. Typically, if you're listening to us, maybe at your office or your bosses over there, over your shoulders. Art Illusions NFT says, Viva, hello Austin, greetings from Argentina, Viva la Libertad Carajo. Don't believe the fake news about Malay going around. It was a political attack from the International Socialists. Yeah, I didn't. I'm waiting and see. Just like a lot of news stories, my friend, I always just wait and see. Especially when I see that it's, oh, he might be impeached by socialists. I'm like, oh, okay, well. And having just gotten hacked myself recently by crypto scammers, I just, I take everything I hear about Malay with a grain of salt, just because there's always the lies that come in and circle the globe before the truth actually starts to come out. So I'm waiting and seeing here, right? So don't worry about me. Worry about these passengers. Check out this video. Again, there will be cursing.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Tower, you're seeing this airplane just crash into 3. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I mean, just absolutely insane. I mean, that runway looks...
Oh, fuck.
There they go.
Oh, fuck.
Turning over like that.
Oh,
Jeez.
no.
Crazy video. Here, this is a video from inside of a passenger while it's happening in real time. Hey, I have that exact same backpack right there.
Everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take your video. That's on the right. On the right.
Holy fuck. Holy fuck.
Can we just say, just kudos to the guy. Kudos to the guy who actually was like recording during this. Like those kind of people, man.
Holy fuck. Oh my fucking God.
Sorry for the language, guys. This is a disaster.
Yo, I was just on this fucking plane.
Zoomers, man.
Oh my God.
And kudos to the lady who actually got her
Yo, I
luggage.
was just on this fucking plane. Holy fuck.
Would you grab your luggage?
Everything, drop it.
Drop
Come on.
everything. Drop it.
Don't take your video.
Drive an airplane upside down.
On the right. On the right.
Don't know about that,
Holy
Chief.
fuck.
Oh my God.
Holy fuck.
Look at that person. They grabbed their bag.
Holy fuck. Oh my fucking God.
That is insane.
Yo, I was just on this fucking plane.
18 people were hurt, though none of them were believed to have been badly injured when Delta Flight 4819 crashed on landing at the snowy tarmac in Canada's largest city. Toronto Pearson Airport Fire Chief Todd Aiken said. Paramedics previously said 3 people were in critical condition, including a child, before Aiken shared the update. All 80 people made it off the plane before it burst into flames, and burst into flames it did. The flight, operated by the airline's subsidiary Endeavor Air, took off from Minneapolis about 11:47 a.m. and crashed at about 2:15 p.m. So at the moment, it's not immediately clear what caused the plane to go belly up, but the runway apparently was dry and there were no crosswind conditions. The mangled airliner was left smoldering on the snowy tarmac as dazed passengers scrambled out. Good morning. I'm Austin Peterson. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. I'm glad and thankful to have you here. If you haven't already, click the like button here and share the show with your friends. If you click follow right next to the like button over on rumble.com, we're a Rumble first community. I thank you very much. Click the follow button as well. You'll get a notification whenever we go live here on the show, which is every Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. It's a 2-hour live show, and we'd be glad to have you be a regular guest. So what is to blame if there were no crosswinds, if the airline was dry? Well, the legacy media thinks that they've already figured it out.
I did want to, underscore, to pick up on the conversation you were just having, though, in terms of the recent string of aviation incidents, Tom. This is going to, yet again, raise the concern about FAA staffing, air traffic control staffing. Now, this is a Canadian air traffic control tower, and this is under Canadian authority once it crosses the border. And yet, as you know, there has been this talk about maybe staff cuts at the FAA as a part of President Trump's effort to trim down the federal workforce. And yet, as you also know, the FAA has been complaining for years that they are understaffed in critical job positions, especially air traffic control. I was having a conversation with somebody today about whether air traffic control in America is being affected by the staff cuts. So far, not to their knowledge, and yet other positions related to maintaining critical equipment appear to have been cut. So this is going to feed into all of these recent incidents, and the safety of the total air traffic system is going to be very much a part of the conversation as we go forward, at least on this side of the country, of the border, I should say.
Yeah. Floby Tenderson says he blames Trump, then acknowledges it has no relation. LOL, legacy media is shite. Amen, brother. Amen. By the way, Floby, thank you for purchasing our Ron Swanson trucker hat, the new one. Slash it trucker hat. He was requesting, he made a special request, which we try and honor as much as we can over at forlibertyshop.com. He wanted the Ron Swanson slash it meme on a motivational trucker hat. Slash it motivational trucker hats are available for sale now. I dropped the link in the chat. Slash it right there, featuring all of our favorite mustached Ron Swanson. It's the only product in the world that exists with this meme on it, on the hat. There you go. Get it at forlibertyshop.com. The Slash It motivational trucker hat is available for sale right now over at forlibertyshop.com. Get like Floby Tenderson and get yourself a sweet little flashy trucker hat. What do you guys say? Are you good? You're good? Good. Somebody says, isn't that funny how things just randomly break? Here I am playing all these sound effects and you guys aren't hearing a single one, but I appreciate that you guys take the time to tell me that it's not working. I don't know what it is. Like the Stream Deck thing, it's just, it says that it's connected, but it's not. Oh, well, you know what you have to do? Here's why I'm stupid. This is why why I'm dumb. You have to actually open the software. All right, here we go. You guys want to just start it over or start the whole damn show over? Here we go. There it is. Good morning. Welcome to Wake Up America show. See that beautiful woman over there? See this little baby? That's why I do it. I do it for you, but I do it for them too. Okay? Suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Welcome to the Wake Up America show. We're going to have an absolute blast here today, and we don't want to have you miss a single moment. Boo, says Entropy Nomad. Boo, there's the soundboard. Yeah, you have to actually turn the software on. I need a pre-flight check just like that pilot needed a landing check. Welcome, 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 guys. Thankfully, we have a snow day today. You guys, all work has been canceled. Nobody has to report to their jobs. No kids have to go to school today. Nobody has to do anything but just stay home, hide your wives, hide your kids. It's a snow day in the United States, in the USA. Nobody has to go to work. Luke doesn't have to go tend the chickens. He's just rent one. He's just going to rent one from him. Egg prices driving you crazy? Rent a chicken. Every crisis comes with an opportunity, they say. Egg prices are high, as are the prices of feedstuffs in general, right? So what's the answer? Rent a chicken. Or better yet, rent 2 chickens. As customers face empty shelves and rapidly rising, I have to kiss goats, says Kermode Bear. Kermode, leave the goats alone. Everybody watch Kermode. Don't let him in with the goats. Founded 12 years ago, Rent the Chicken provides customers with 2 egg-laying hens, a portable chicken coop, up to 200 pounds of feed, food, and water dish, and a book on taking care of chickens. That's so nice. Within 2 days of the arrival, your chickens will lay eggs ready to use, the company promises, adding that homegrown eggs have 1/3 the cholesterol, 1/4 the saturated fat, and 2 times more omega-3 fatty acids than store-bought eggs. The company adds that your Rent the Chickens should lay about a dozen or 2 dozen eggs per week, depending on the rental package. You will know exactly what your chickens eat. There you go. Homegrown eggs are delicious, real free-range chickens, as opposed to the ones who are raised in the 6x8 wire pen. They produce big, beautiful eggs with deep orange yolks that are wonderful, and everything from baking to omelets, right? And if you've never had those, boy, you're missing out. Chickens can be rented, but there's a catch. Here's the catch. So Rent the Chicken co-founder Jen Tompkins told ABC News that their phone is ringing off the hook as egg prices go up. So Tompkins said their online inquiries are filling up very quickly. They say they're going to run out of hens available for rent. If anyone is interested, please make sure to put in their reservation sooner rather than later. She said the chickens cost around $500 to rent for about 6 months. So do the math. How many eggs do they produce? How many eggs do you eat? How many eggs do you need? What do they cost at the local store? Do the math. $500 to rent. And it comes with the coop, and it comes with, I think, your first feed bag. It comes with 2 egg-laying hens, a portable chicken coop, up to 200 pounds of feed. Holy crap. Food and water dish, and a book on taking care of chickens. That's a great deal. Stephanie says that I've always dreamed of having a silky chicken therapy farm. Oh, that's so cute. I need to get my aw sound effect back here on the board. There you go. And did you know that there is a Wall Street of eggs as well? We're just learning all kinds of new things today. Wall Street of eggs is experiencing a surging demand thanks to the bird flu. Or is that just what they want you to think? Yes, I'm not sure. The Egg Clearinghouse, which I just learned existed this morning, connects large volume buyers with sellers, providing a crucial service at a time that the avian flu has been limiting supplies. The nation's biggest egg marketplace doesn't own hens, farms, or processing plants. Get this. From an office building in New Hampshire, it's like Wolf of Wall Street stuff, but for chickens. Somebody needs to make a movie out of this one. Roughly a dozen people facilitate the trading of 1 billion eggs a year, a task that shapes what Americans pay per dozen at the supermarket or for omelets at diners. This is the conspiracy. Are they Jewish? The Egg Clearinghouse, or the ECI, this is amazing, great story, is little known outside the industry. It operates an online marketplace that allows participants to place bids on eggs listed for sale and see the results for trades. Buy, sell. Only ECI members, farmer and egg buyers, are allowed to trade. Boo. Lately, there are a lot more buyers than sellers using the Wall Street of eggs, with bird flu rolling the poultry market. And that is after last year marked the company's busiest, trading over 2.6 billion eggshells and 39 million pounds of eggs, valued at more than $600 million. Wow. ECI, though, just represents a sliver of the broader egg market, less than 5%, but they play a crucial role in providing eggs for those in need or having trouble getting them and how they are priced. So what did we learn today? You can buy eggs in bulk from the Egg Clearinghouse. There's a Wall Street of eggs, and you can also rent a chicken. God bless America. What a country. As Yakov Smirnov might say in Branson. He's in Branson, Missouri, as a matter of fact. A beautiful country, but some people just aren't happy. They're in Washington, D.C., and they're protesting. Here we are. This is what democracy looks like.
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 Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward.
Keep on moving forward. Lady.
Keep on moving forward. Never turning back.
Now, why would I call that person a lady, even though it clearly looks like a man? So if it's a group of Democrats, if you're going to assume somebody's gender, that it better be the opposite of how they actually look, or else you might be guilty of misgender. If it looks like a woman, if it looks like a man, that's a woman.
Never turning back.
Never turning back.
Trump is not a king.
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 Never turning back.
No turning back. Sounds like one of these songs that I make up in the mornings here on the morning show.
Never turning back.
Never turning back.
Stop the fascists now.
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 Never turning back.
Oh, this goes on. This goes on and on. Boo, lady, boo. Boo. Good morning, pineapples.
Criminals, losers, liars, and cheats to dismantle and, frankly, insult our great government.
Our great government, you see, they love government. They worship government, man. Our great government. Our government is great.
Great government.
These people hate our country, but they love our government. And for me, it's the opposite.
But despite all of that,
Boo.
I have a great hope. I have a great hope because here...
I have a great hope that I will be the next David Hogg and might be able to collect hundreds of thousands of dollars from idiot donors at the Democratic National Convention.
American people are speaking out against his will. Because that's all this is. It's his personal will. And we're not going to submit to one man's will because that's not how democracy works. That's
Never turning back.
not how... That's not how America works. We work on the principle that liberty is given to each of us. And in the famous words of Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. Thank you.
Oh, boy. Patrick Henry. Patrick Henry overthrew governments. These people, reminds me of that quote. Somebody said the other day, it was Al Sharpton who said, can you imagine Thomas Jefferson talking about overthrowing a government? Yeah, Al, I can imagine that, actually.
I think the issue is they're not whacking enough. There's this concept in private equity, when you get a bankrupt company and you go in there, you cut 20% more than your initial read. And then you find, like a pool of mercury, the organization gels back together again. Always cut deeper, harder when there's fat and waste. The FAA, it's not the people. The code is cobalt. It's from the 60s. It needs CapEx put into it for the technology to be upgraded to make it safer. Fat like a chicken. All of these agencies are like big fat chickens dripping over barbecues of fat. This is the best barbecue I've ever seen, but I don't think it's happening fast enough. They're not cutting enough. Keep slashing, keep hacking while you have a 24-month mandate before the midterms. Cut. More cutting. Believe me, it's going to work out just great. Everybody should be happy. Even people with the nuclear
codes, cut them too?
Cut everything. Because if you don't see what they're doing and they can't show you that they're adding value, you whack.
But it's clear. Yeah, boy, Mr. Wonderful. Cut. Now, I'm confused. I see this headline. I'm reading the Wall Street Journal. I try and read it every morning. Today I'm reading the Wall Street Journal, and the article is Trump voters splinter over his rapid shakeup of Washington. Okay, well, that sounds bad. Some core supporters love his no-holds-barred approach, but several swing voters are taken aback at his early moves. Now, it starts like most typical legacy media or stories start with like a personal story of a woman who said she voted for Trump and she wanted lower prices in fentanyl, but now with the federal layoffs and expected cuts, she's worried her family will lose her house if her partner's laid off from government, right? An adjacent job, essentially. So here's the thing. This is the headline over at the Legacy News. Now let's listen to what they're saying over on Fox News.
We wanted to have you on because you do a lot of focus groups. You really get behind the numbers, the poll numbers, to the sentiments of voters. And it's so interesting. You've been speaking with a number of voters who were Hillary Clinton 2016, Joe Biden 2020, and then went for Trump in 2024.
Okay, so we're talking about Democratic voters who switched and voted Trump.
How are these folks seeing the early days of Trump's second term?
Pretty well.
Really?
And they're reacting to it because they love the pace of change. They were very fed up over the last 4 years. They wanted action. They wanted results. They looked at prices. They looked at affordability, looked at immigration, and they didn't see anything happening. They still don't like what he says, but they like what he does. And these are Democrats now who felt that they were not securing the border. They were doing nothing to prevent illegal immigration, that nothing was actually happening. They wanted to see a reduction in wasteful Washington spending, and they're seeing that. So what they tell me is, I wish you'd be a little bit less rude.
Somebody says they don't have sound. Hold on one second.
We wanted to have you on because you do a lot of focus groups. You really get behind the numbers, the poll numbers, to the sentiments of voters. And it's so interesting.
They wanted to see a reduction in wasteful Washington spending, and they're seeing that. So what they tell me is, I wish you'd be a little bit less rude. But at the same time, they like what he's doing. They believe he's serious about it. And for the first time, they have confidence in the future, which is why you now see some significant shifts in the polling about the expectations for the direction in the coming years.
It's a big wake-up call for Democrats.
I'm waiting for them to get a message. I'm waiting for them to unify and to understand that to oppose and to be the resistance, which is what some of them use that phrase. That's not what Democrats in grassroots areas want from them. They may not want the approach that Trump is doing, President Trump. By the way, I now know to say President Trump. But they do want action, and they don't see action from the Democrats.
That's interesting. Now, then I go over to the legacy media. I'm reading the Wall Street Journal this morning, and here's what it says, talking about Stacey White's, this is anecdotes, right? But here's what the Wall Street Journal is using to bolster their anecdotes about these Trump voters who they say are having regret about voting him. Now I'm like, dang, why didn't I just pick Kamala, said 49-year-old Omaha, Nebraska resident. A poll released last month by the Wall Street Journal found that most wanted a tempered, less assertive set of policies than Trump promised. Wow, that just so happens to go right along with what the Wall Street Journal wants too. Isn't that fascinating? The Journal in recent weeks followed up with nearly 24 of Trump's supporters and discovered a divergence. Some expressed regrets or concerns, while many were gleeful over his early actions to shake up Washington. I think many of them didn't believe that he would drain the swamp, or they didn't know what draining the swamp would entail. You have to understand, there are so many federal employees all across the country. It's not just in Washington, D.C. Yes, they're concentrated there. Yes, I think it's like 6 or 7 out of the 9 wealthiest counties in the United States are the ones surrounding Washington, D.C. Yes, that's your tax dollars. And yes, it has been beautiful seeing the real estate boom as more and more people are listing their houses around there. That means nature is healing. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. But when I read the Wall Street Journal, they're telling me these anecdotes about Trump voters who are regretting their votes because they wanted a less assertive approach. They wanted a less assertive set of policies. Yeah, stop the fentanyl at the border. Yeah, protect my jobs, right? But my husband's government adjacent job, which relies on the largesse of taxpayer expenditures, I didn't expect that was going to be lost. You see, it's the problem of the hangover. It's the alcohol, right? We're addicted to government spending in this country. And we are going to go through a withdrawal period. So what she is expressing here, why didn't I just pick Kamala when we said safer borders? I thought he was thinking stop the drugs. I didn't know he's going to start raiding places. We have to go through withdrawal, and withdrawal pains these are the signs of withdrawal pains. So I want to remind everyone here, and try and remind your friends and family around the country as gently as possible. If some of them are experiencing job loss or significant upheavals in their lives, it's always better to start with a little bit of empathy. But explain to them that these are the symptoms that were caused by successive presidents before Trump. Trump is actually trying to heal, right? I don't agree with the tariff stuff. I think that's another jab in the side to the economy. But people agree, disagree on that one. Tariffs aren't going to make the economy stronger, in my opinion. But the other actions certainly are. Stopping the massive waste and spending and the fraud and the abuse in the massive problem of the fraud in our entitlements program. You have to understand, $4.7 trillion in payments, untraceable budget line item. So there's no way to know, in theory. There's no way to know where $4.7 trillion of payments went. The Treasury access symbols, they call them TAS symbols, when they're left blank, made it impossible, nearly impossible, to trace these payments. So the Trump administration's DOGE discovered this identification code linking U.S. Treasury payments to a budget line item, which accounts for nearly $4.7 trillion in payments, right? And it was oftentimes left blank. $4.7 trillion in payments going through a budget line, nearly untraceable. They're not telling us where it's going. And yet people are concerned about the lack of spending, right? The money's just, well, where is the money going? Listen, if it's a legitimate role of government that a person is performing, then they're going to do what Mr. Wonderful said. They're going to cut back, like Mr. Wonderful said. Let's listen to it again, where he talks about how you cut back a corporation, right? How you run a business. He's explaining here how you have to cut back more than you think you need, and then the company pulls back together. That's what's going to happen here. That's the approach that we're taking. And he says they're not moving fast enough. I agree.
The organization gels back together again. Mm-hmm. You get a bankrupt company, and you go in there, you cut 20% more than your initial read. And then you find, like a pool of mercury, the organization gels back together again. Always cut deeper, harder when there's fat and waste. The FAA, it's not the people. The code is cobalt. It's from the 60s. It needs CapEx put into it for the technology to be upgraded to make it safer. Fat like a chicken. All of these agencies are like big fat chickens dripping over barbecues of fat. This is the best barbecue I've ever seen, but I don't think it's happening fast enough. They're not cutting enough. Keep slashing, keep hacking while you have a 24-month mandate before the midterms. Yeah. Cut, more cutting. Believe me, it's going to work out just great. Everybody should be happy
Even people with the
about
nuclear
this.
codes?
Even people with the nuclear codes, lady. Oh my God, the nuclear codes are going to cut the nuclear codes. Oh.
The United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump, for securing our border and putting America first. Let me deliver a message from President Trump to the world. If you are considering entering America illegally, don't even think about it. Let me be clear. If you come to our country and you break our laws, we will hunt you down. Criminals are not welcome in the United States. For too long, weak leadership has left our borders wide open, flooding our communities with drugs, human trafficking, and violent criminals. Well, those days are over. Under President Trump, we are defending American families and restoring their safety. If you try to enter illegally, you will be caught, you will be removed, and you will never return. Follow the law, and you'll find opportunity. If you break it, you'll find consequences. Strong borders mean a stronger America. President Trump is making America safe again.
Is Christine
Noem
our first hot Department of Homeland Security chief? How many freaking lines of text do we need up there? Hold on, let's see. There we go. You guys are. I'm hearing special forces are in Mexico. We might see some strikes starting today, says Mighty Megatron. Oh, you wish, bro. Having your little, your Tom Clancy fantasy over there this morning. Quest Fanning says, how many people have the nuclear codes? How many people need it? Let's put the whole federal bureaucracy on that order of magnitude. Cut, baby, cut. Hell yes. In 2026, Gary Peters is stepping down, I heard. Either way, he will be up for re-election. You guys are just full of rumors over there, aren't you? The Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency discovered an identification code which accounts for nearly $4.7 trillion in payments, oftentimes left blank. Unbelievable. According to the Bureau of the Fiscal Service, which is under the Treasury, task codes are used to describe any one of the account identification codes that are assigned by the Treasury. They're also referred to as the account. All financial transactions made by the federal government are classified by tasks when reporting to the Treasury or the Office of Management Budget, OMB. The discovery was announced on the same day DOGE appeared to have populated the doge.gov savings page, which as of Monday evening said the total estimated savings since the establishment of the department total about $55 billion. It's not enough. Listen to Mr. Wonderful. Listen, Mr. Wonderful, cut more. It's like a fat barbecue with fatty grilled chickens, and it's not cutting enough fat. I love to hear it. Hey, guys, you can text the show and let us know what's on your mind at 573-319-1586. That's 573-319-1586 is the text line. We'd love to have you join us here on the show, and it's Mondays through Fridays, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. If you watch us, I recommend you watch us at rumble.com/AP4Liberty, because Rumble has been the only social media platform to expressly support the Wake Up America show. This is the only platform. Rumble is the only platform that has never censored us, never demonetized us, acknowledged our presence, and promoted us that there is. So if you're a super fan of the Wake Up America show, or even if you just really enjoy it and you really want to help support the show, the best place to watch it is at rumble.com/AP4Liberty. And we're now part of a network that has 3 shows, and that's me, Daniela Pensack, Culturama, and Liberty Tonight, which is a Tonight Show style theme show starring Brian Piotr and the king of all libertarians, but he is a benevolent dictator. Silence peasants. So make sure that you're checking out those shows as well, and you can find us all at 4libertynetwork.com, the number 4libertynetwork.com. So it's 4Liberty Network, 4Liberty Shop. Everything's for liberty over here. That's what we're all about, right? Great, good. All of this performative outrage makes Kermode Bear want to do something, that comments from a long time ago. Marble my steak, not my budget, says Quest Fanning. Thank you, Quest. That's very funny. Are you drinking Founding Flavors coffee? I can't say enough just how delicious my Founding Flavors coffee is. I ordered this one for myself, and now I have to give it away. Sad, sad. Yes. They're going to auction it off. This was the box of coffee that I used in my hearing the other day when I testified to abolish the income tax in the state of Missouri. They weren't happy that I brought this up there. Don't promote anything while you're here talking. I'm like, they don't like it when you talk about where the tax dollars come from. But it says right on here, Jefferson City, Missouri, and that's where we are here, where we do the show from. Founding Flavors Coffee is available at forlibertyshop.com. You can't have this box, and sadly, I can't have it either. I was going to drink it, but now I got to give it away to my friend who's going to auction it off to a good cause to raise money to support limited government here in the state of Missouri. We fight for liberty, the federal level and at the state level. So help the fight. You want to help support me so that I can get out there in the streets and do more of that activism, get up there in front of our government officials and record them even though they tell me not to? Well, get yourself a box of Founding Flavors coffee and support the revolution. Franklin's Electric Elixir, delicious, medium body. It's not, we have some flavored coffees. These are not flavored coffees. So when I tell you it has like an essence of hazelnut and caramel, it's not flavored hazelnut and caramel. It's just coffee. You'll get those notes of those flavors. So get you a box at forlibertyshop.com. And if you've already tried it and you know it's delicious, here's what you do. You sign up for a monthly box, right? Have it delivered to your door. Then you don't even have to think about it. You can sign up for bi-monthly. You can sign up for, every 3 months. You can do it every 2 weeks. forlibertyshop.com. It's delicious. People love it. It makes a great gift, especially for a patriot in your life. I recommend Franklin's Electric Elixir. My favorite is Thomas's Painkiller, but we have all kinds of delicious coffees available at forlibertyshop.com. That's the number forlibertyshop.com. Guys, go pick yourself up a box. Appreciate it. Let's see. I had a clip, but then it died. What's going on here? Let's hear from Governor Ron DeSantis.
In one of the legacy media outlets, they're like, Trump administration is firing immigration judges, and yet they claim they want more deportations, but you need these judges to be able to do it. But the reason why they did it is because the people Biden put in are sabotaging deportations. They're basically refusing to ever order anybody deported. And so, yes, you want to fire those people because they're going to try to sabotage the law. But I think what they're going to do, they've deputized pretty much any federal employee to be able to be involved in immigration. And I think you're going to have a big expansion, hopefully, of this so that folks can be done, processed, and gone. Now, Gitmo. So when I was in the Navy back in the day, they sent me down to Gitmo as an officer, not as a detainee. But so I'm familiar with it, and that was when we had a lot of the terror detainees there. That obviously has changed a lot, but that is a very secure and sensible place. And the thing is if you have these illegals and the host country will not take them back, you cannot just release them back into our communities. And so if you do Gitmo, that's the staging ground. And then obviously there's diplomatic efforts. There can be leverage applied for these countries to take back these folks. But if they don't, Gitmo is a great pit stop to be able to do all that. And you can even process people at Gitmo. You can do so. I think there's a lot of possibilities that they're going to be able to do with the administration to streamline this. But if you see these headlines saying they're firing these immigration judges, it must mean that they don't want people deported. I think it's the opposite. I think they're firing those people.
Mighty Megatron says, send them to El Salvador. Bukele said he would take them.
Talk a little bit about Mitch McConnell and the chance he's going to become a folk hero. It ain't going to likely happen. Because I want you to look at his net approval ratings. He is underwater with everybody. He has got the
chance of Mitch McConnell becoming a folk hero, bro. Killed him.
Or some might say, sad trifecta, being underwater overall, minus 39 points. 39 percentage points more of the electorate disapproves than approves of the jobs that he has done. How about Democrats? He's 58 points underwater. My goodness gracious, the chance.
Underwater. He's 58 points underwater. That is a man from New York, New Jersey, Long Island, somewhere.
That all of a sudden, just because he cast 3 votes against Trump, that he'd somehow become a folk hero with them is absolutely, frankly, insane. And then with the Republicans, of course, he's gone up against Trump before, and that's why he's 17 points underwater with Republicans. When you're underwater with Democrats, Republicans, and overall, the chance that you're going to become a folk hero, it seems rather low to me, Paula.
Oh, my God.
Yes, indeed. All right. Of course, the next question
There's a
is
chance.
how does his popularity compare with that of
So
President
Mitch McConnell saw that, the chances of becoming folk hero, down 58 points with approval of Democrats, down 17 points with the Republicans, overall negative 39. Mitch McConnell sees that, negative 30.9 points down, and he goes, so you're saying there's a chance?
Trump?
Yeah, so, I think Donald Trump will like these numbers. All right, so let's take a look. This is the net approval rating I got overall, and I got with Republicans. Look how much higher Donald Trump is overall versus Mitch McConnell. Look at that. Trump is on the positive side of the ledger at +3. Mitch McConnell, of course, underwater overall at -39.
Underwater.
So Trump is 42 points higher than Mitch McConnell is overall. Among Republicans, of course, Donald Trump very popular there with a +82-point net approval rating. Of course, Mitch McConnell, again, underwater at -17. So you do the math quickly here, 82, 17. That is nearly 100 points higher that Donald Trump is net approval rating-wise with Republicans than Mitch McConnell is. The bottom line is that when it comes to the popularity battle, Donald Trump comes out way, way, way ahead of Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell's underwater.
Okay. But is this just a problem with majority leaders? Is this like a heavy is the head situation? I mean, put this into historical context. Where does he stack up against other majority leaders?
Yeah, I always like going through the history
He's
books.
underwater.
I love spreadsheets. I love history books. So let's go take a look through the history books. We'll take a look at the net popularity ratings of GOP Senate leaders, their final ratings as majority leaders. Take a look here. Mitch McConnell, again, underwater at -39 points.
Underwater.
How about his predecessor, Dr. Bill Frist
He likes
from the
that
great
word.
state of Tennessee? He was underwater, too, but he was only at -8 points. Trent Lott was at +5 points from the great state of Mississippi. And, of course, Bob Dole from the great state of Kansas. He was above water as well at +6 points. So the bottom line is Mitch McConnell, a historical anomaly when it comes to Republican leaders. He is far, far, far more underwater than any of the past GOP leaders.
He's far more underwater. In less than 10 minutes, Camelia Peterson's going to talk about hoeing it for conservatism. I know many of you will be excited to hear it. Right-wing e-girl Ashley St. Clair says that she feels, quote, jilted and terrified after Elon Musk refused to protect her, a pal says. Ashley St. Clair says she feels jilted and terrified after Elon Musk refused to come to her aid when reporters began snooping around their infant son, says a friend of the right-wing influencer. St. Clair's decision to publicly call out Musk as her baby daddy wasn't some Meghan Markle-esque plea for attention. It wasn't like the South Park episode of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry all going on their international privacy tour. We want privacy. We want privacy. It wasn't that at all. No. It was rather a call for help from the world's richest man, said Ashley St. Clair pal Emma Jo Morris. Ashley got wind that a tabloid was kicking the tires on her, and she reached out to Elon immediately. He basically cut bait, and so the message was understood that she was on her own. Oh, no. Now enjoy these feet pics of me in New York City. Oh, and by the way, when you take photographs of this, when you ask for privacy, I hate to break it to you, but Redditors, people who are like the autistic coding people online, the ones who use 4chan, they're going to know exactly where you live. You've just doxed yourself by taking this photograph, not just because you've doxed your feet, right? But now all of the weirdos that like feet ask for feet pics publicly. You've doxed your own feet. But you've also doxed where you actually live. Remember, this is the We Want Privacy article, photograph. This is the interview with the New York Post to talk about how she just wanted privacy. But if this is her apartment, guys, they found 4chan and the autistic people on 4chan. They played it like the biggest game of capture the flag ever played in history. Shia LaBeouf took a flag and put it out in the middle of nowhere with a live stream camera on it. And I shit you not, the 4chaners, they used they navigated by the stars because at night they could see the stars were, so they were able to geo-position the location of the flag. It was just a camera pointed up at the flag, and it said, "He will not replace us," talking about Trump. And they used, not only did they use navigation by the stars, but they eventually found a guy in a truck to like drive around the area that they assumed that the flag might be and blow his horn. And then as he got closer, they were playing, it was a game of hot and cold, hot and cold. As he would get closer, they would encourage him online to try and find the flag until finally they replaced the flag. And did they fly underwear for just a few minutes? And then somebody remind me of this. Did they fly underwear or did they put up a Trump flag? I'm pretty sure they put like a Make America Great Again flag. Funniest shit ever. Oh, he got owned. But here's the thing. This is New York City. This isn't out in the middle of the woods with a live stream camera. This is, hey, I'm here. I want privacy. And so I'm going to publicly hire a promoter, a PR, crisis PR management firm to come in, and then invite the New York Post to come in and do a photo shoot, take pictures of me as we look out the window. You could just with lasers easily. So we could find out what building this is here, know exactly where it is, and know exactly where her apartment is. She just doxed herself. What's wrong with these people? What are you doing? Even if it's in her office. But that's not what we were reading. We were reading later that it was she'd invited them into her apartment. St. Clair ignited a sensational drama by publicly naming Musk as the father of her son and accusing the billionaire of stalling and striking an agreement with her to recognize the boy. Wow. So she decided to go scorched earth on him. Well, how stupid can you be? Morris said the mom expected it would be an arrangement similar to that which he has with other baby mamas. She would raise the child and Elon would be peripherally present in their lives. It's a very hostile action by Musk not to respond when the mother of your son calls and says, "The press is hounding me. What do I do?" This is about letting herself tell the story before somebody else tells it for her and potentially either causes reputational damage or harm. With the sting of my whip on my shoulder and the salt of my sweat on my brow.
It's the worldwide privacy show. Come on. We want privacy. We want privacy. It's the worldwide privacy show.
Live from the television studios in Toronto, it's Good Morning, Canada. It has been several months now since our beloved Queen has died. All Canadians are finding it hard to go on. All Canadians, that is, except for our first guest, the Prince and his wife.
We want privacy. We want privacy.
All right, thanks for having us on the
show. All right, guys, I'm going to go get Camellia on our national privacy tour. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Talk about this and more. It's the baby mama drama. You knew I had to do it to her. It's Camellia Peterson. We'll get back on the Wake Up America show on the For Liberty Network. Tired of spending your hard-earned money on woke corporations that don't share your pro-freedom values? Fed up with sipping liberal lattes and progressive cappuccinos? Introducing Founding Flavors from AP For Liberty Shop. Get your day started with Washington's Revolutionary Roast. As robust and principled as the man himself, this blend is the shot of energy heard round the world. Or maybe you want to taste the fervor of freedom with Adams's Patriotic Perk. It's as dynamic and balanced as the U.S. Constitution, sure to awaken your spirit of liberty. For the aficionado avocados, we've got the Jeffersonian Java, a complex mix of flavors that speaks volumes about your refined tastes. And don't forget Betsy's Liberty Lullaby, our decaf option, crafted with the same care and dedication Betsy Ross put into our Star-Spangled Banner. This blend lets you enjoy the taste of freedom anytime without losing sleep. No woke beans here, folks. Just pure, patriotic, pro-freedom flavors brewed with love for liberty. So why compromise your principles for a cup of coffee? Stand up for your values, perk up your patriotism, and start your day the American way. Get your founding flavors at apforlibertyshop.com.
Are you tired of the strange radioactive effects of leftist culture? Do you ever wonder what happened to good old-fashioned American values? Well, fear no more, because there's a new force fighting back against the cultural rot of today. Introducing Culturama, a right-of-center talk show that's taking back the future today. Hosted by none other than blonde bombshell herself, Daniela Pensack. She's not just talking, she's taking culture back, with sharp takes, brilliant guests, and a few surprises along the way. Tune in to the live video podcast twice a week, because the future doesn't have to be weird. It can be Culturama.
If there wasn't going to be somebody who was a fiery champion of liberty, somebody who would get out there and who would be aggressive, and if they wouldn't do it with more fire or passion than I had, then I would go and I would fight this battle for us. I've fought for the principles that we all share. Parties tend to be secondary to me. We're here because we believe in the principles of liberty. I am not a perfect messenger, but I think I'm a damn good one. This is a replica of our first president's flintlock pistol. You have my full support, my respect, and my gun.
I think that at the heart of my philosophy is much more libertarianism than well, that's the fashionable word these days, I guess. A conservative is no longer just that. He's a libertarian and always has been.
Yet any time you and I question the schemes of the do-gooders, we're denounced as being against their humanitarian goals. They say we're always against things, we're never for anything.
What is fascism? Fascism is private ownership, private enterprise, but total government control.
It's the worldwide privacy tour. We want privacy. We want privacy. It's the worldwide privacy tour. We want privacy. We want privacy.
Looking at us, it's the worldwide privacy tour. Come on, come on. It's the worldwide privacy tour. Good morning. Rise in freedom. I'm Austin Peterson. You're watching and listening to the Wake Up America show on the For Liberty Network. A right-wing influencer, e-girl, hoeing it for conservatism, claims she is the mother of billionaire Elon Musk's 13th child. Well done, Elon. You dirty, dirty slut. Ashley St. Clair, a 26-year-old MAGA writer, she's a writer, we all love reading her pieces, said on Friday night that she and Musk share a 5-month-old child. 5 months, about almost as old as my baby. 5 months ago, I welcomed a new baby into the world. Elon Musk is the father, she wrote. I have not previously disclosed this to protect our child's privacy and safety, but in recent days it has become clear that the tabloid media intends to do so regardless of the harm it will cause. Oh my Lanta, it's the Worldwide Privacy Tour. Come on, joining us live. Camellia Peterson, who obviously doesn't want any privacy with that chicken butt red lipstick. Good morning, CJ. Look at me.
Good morning.
Are you hoeing it today for conservatism, Camellia?
Oh man, Ashley F-A-F-O, didn't she?
She F around and she found out. Camellia, people are like, oh, why are we talking about this? Well, because it involves the most powerful, one of the most powerful men in the world, the richest, certainly the richest man in the world, who, I mean, it's just the story is too interesting. 13 kids, right? And she's making this claim and then she's tweeting at him in desperation. We've been trying to reach you. And it's kind of like, God damn, get me some popcorn. How can you not watch that, you know?
This last weekend was wild on Twitter.
Oh yeah, it was.
Just like all of the stuff that was going on. It was like, what? And it's a great lesson in not believing everything you read on the internet. Imagine that.
Oh. No. Yeah, I didn't. That's why I waited a few days. I wasn't weighing into the controversy, but I did yesterday post the meme of the attention-seeking conservative blonde girl who looks seeking male attention, and I said, beware those conservatitties. They're meant to hypnotize, then child support your ass. Yeah, a bastardization of a famous Thomas Sowell quote about socialist titties, which are meant to hypnotize, then enslave your ass.
Soul really say that?
No.
Like, no. I was like, come on. Like, we know he did not say that. Can you imagine those words coming out of Thomas Sowell's mouth?
Yes, but just because I'm sure somebody's going to AI it. Like, I think I'm going to do a Thomas Sowell voice later in AI and make him say it. So there you go. Deep fake him. There are lessons to be learned in this story. The drama is more than just tabloid because there are important conversations to be had about conservatism. About what the principles and morals and values are of the people that we sort of like have as leaders, both anointed and self-anointed. But you know, I'm myself as a libertarian. Like obviously, private business is your private business as an adult. But when you are when you purport to have a sense of values that you wish to impart on the rest of us, and then you don't live up to those values, I think it's okay to question them with something like this.
Sure.
Yeah, because
sure. I mean, it wasn't just that, it wasn't just that people assumed she was those things. It was that she said she was those things, regardless.
She called out single moms. She called out. She's like Vivek Ramaswamy called out single moms. Oh wow, fire! And it's like, now you're a single mom. You let him hit it raw.
Well, and she was a single mother
before that,
at the time when she did that, right? I mean, it's not like anything new. So, I muted Ashley Sinclair a long time ago because it was just annoying because it was so obvious that it was very fake and it was like all ginned up outrage, and that just annoys the crap out of me. So I usually mute them because it gets me too irritated, and just everybody's simping for that. It's the worst thing. It's the thing I hate most about Twitter, if I hate anything, right, is that we elevate such, shallow people. And so, she's like, this is no surprise at all, although you're right. It brings up some really good conversations in our expectations of people that we elevate on the right, and including Elon Musk for that matter. I mean,
well, Elon was never one of us. He was never a conservative.
Right.
When I say one of us, I mean a conservative, but I mean, he came from the left, like, Joe Rogan and all these other people do. So it's like, it's hard. You want to hold them to the standards, but I mean, it's like they never held those standards. But, Ashley St. Clair did hold those standards. She did, claim these kinds of traditional conservative values. But her past is anything but. But of course, if you are redeemed and washed in the blood of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, then you yourself can be saved and still be a loud and proud sinner in public and just fall back on your religion as a shield to block you from any criticism, right?
Sure.
Is there any? Sure. Are you picking up on the sarcasm?
Maybe just a little. Yeah, I mean, no. I think there's with everything, forgiveness does not equal not having to pay any consequences. And one of those consequences should be that you will be judged on the basis of your actions, not just your words. And she said all the words and then her actions didn't match it. And I do think that, we see with Elon, we see the same thing as we've seen with Trump, to be honest, is that, because Elon's kind of been the hero of the right, and he has, I totally agree with that, right? But people want to project more conservative values on him than what there are, especially socially. And so the thing that bothers me a little bit is that because he's the hero of the right currently, people that are very conservative and, well, some of the more, faith-based religious people are calling him out on this. I don't want to say that they aren't, because they are. But, there are a lot of them in the MAGA crowd that are like, oh, look, he's populating the earth. And all of a sudden, all of the things that they were hollering about culturally are now okay because it's Elon, right? That's not okay.
Can I ask you a question? And I know this is going to sound, this is going to sound like a troll, but is she a predator?
Ashley?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I kind of feel as if in this kind of a situation, she's the predator, not him. He may be people because we're going to hear, oh, power imbalance, and he's the wealthiest person in the world and all that stuff. She stalked him. She said that she was going to get him. She said this in tweets from years ago that asking about him being married, joking publicly about the fact that he has, he's, multiple baby mamas, so she had said this years ago that this was what she was going for, that was what she wanted. And it was kind of like, ha, 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 ha. But then it actually happened. That she said, in 2020, St. Clair was joking that she wanted a marriage proposal from Elon Musk, and Elon actually responded to it because it said Ashley St. Clair plotted for a half decade to ensnare Elon Musk. Musk replied, "Whoa." So, and then St. Clair called out Musk for responding to so-called smears rather than directly communicating with her. She's getting desperate. This sounds like she's the predator, not Elon.
I mean, certainly. I think that, there were intentions in that way. It probably was a perfect storm of circumstances that actually brought it to fruition. She worked for the Babylon Bee at the time. The Babylon Bee getting banned was really the impetus for Elon buying Twitter in the first place. And so she was working for them at the time. And so there was opportunity, and she had already been, kind of laying the groundwork, and she took the opportunity. And do I think that she took that with full knowledge and intentionally knowing what the outcome could be? Absolutely, 100%. Now, whether or not Elon is intentional about it or he just lacks impulse control, I think is a different story. My hunch is that it's the former. I think that he looks like he is, I think he looks like he does things impulsively, but my guess is that he's very intentional with everything that he does.
Right. I agree with you. Is this good for the kids?
No, absolutely not. I mean, that's my biggest criticism here is, people do what they want in their personal lives, but let's not pretend that this is good for the children just because you're quote unquote populating the earth. I mean, do I think that he cares about his children? Yes. I love that, he takes them out in public and includes them in things. But if you step back and think about just how much time that he's actually able to spend with all of those kids, there are reasons why some of his kids, are struggling that we know of. And so, and he has done a good job, I think, of keeping their lives private for the most part. And that's a good thing. But no, this can't be good for them. There is it's this idea people want to talk like it's just like we talk about women, like you can have it all. Okay, well, there's a flip side to that coin. Men can't always have it all either, because there's a trade-off here, and the trade-off is the kids. And so I think that it is detrimental for them to not have a father that is consistently involved. And when I say consistently involved, that doesn't have to mean that you're in the house every single day. Like there are lots of different ways that you can be a consistently involved parent. And there's just no way with that many different women, unless he's got them all in one house in one place, that he can do that. So no, I think this is terrible for children, and I don't feel bad for Ashley Sinclair at all, because she's been living, regardless of whoever's been paying for it, she's been living in what, a 15 grand or more, penthouse in Manhattan, and she has a nanny, and so this is like the other thing too, is that I question his judgment in the women that he has children with, because. Yeah. It's one thing not to have an engaged father all the time, and it's another to have a mother who is not necessarily engaged either, and they get raised by the nannies. I mean, there's all of the public pictures that we see, but that's not real life. Isn't it wild too? I don't know how much you know about Michael Jackson, but he did like a similar kind of strange thing with the artificial insemination of his kids, and it was just like an odd, just a random woman that he had found, right? Whereas this one, it's kind of, it also feels a little bit random. I'm reading this story this morning. Elon Musk's daughter, Vivian Jenna Wilson, she took to social media to have her say on the claims of a new half-sibling. Wilson, who is transgender, shared her reaction to the news. On her Threads account, she said, "If I had a nickel for every time that I found out I had a new half-sibling online, I'd have a few nickels," which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened 6 separate times. She said, "I don't know how many siblings I have. Goes really hard on 2 truths and a lie, though, I will admit." So, I mean, good parenting, saving the country. Can you do both? I don't know. I mean, Elon Musk, if he was going home and like having his wife bring his slippers, and following a conservative, traditional lifestyle like we tend to advocate for, a family lifestyle, he wouldn't be saving all of our collective asses with the Department of Government Efficiency. So, Camelia, how do you weigh that out? Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I think the Elon that we need is the Elon who's going to take us to Mars. Mm-hmm. He's the Elon that is, not burning the government down yet, but certainly whittling away at it. That's the Elon that we need. And I think it's just this thing that he wants it all. When you talk about Michael Jackson doing the weird, artificial insemination too, same as Elon, I think that there's that, maybe we call it a biological imperative to make sure that your bloodline continues, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that, that's probably, I'm sure with Elon, that's in the back of his mind, or probably front of his mind, honestly, as intentional as he is about things. But you just I don't know, he doesn't think through, I guess, what the consequences of that is as far as his role in parenting. People were talking about Genghis Khan having a ton of children, right? And so Elon, of course, tweeted yesterday or the day before about he really likes Genghis Khan, has been, watching something, or he posted something he was watching, like wink, right? So, I mean, he is fully aware of all of this, and I just don't, I think it's just unfortunate.
Andrew Tate is out there saying that if you have all of your kids by the same woman, then you are not a conqueror.
God, if there is anyone who if there is a bigger example of cope than Andrew Tate, I don't know what it is.
Well, but isn't that true? Aren't men who conquerors typically, don't they have, like Genghis Khan, right? Don't they have, Donald Trump, all his children are not from the same mother. He's a conqueror.
Sure. I mean, yeah, certainly. I think that there are, when you talk about the character traits of men who are in those very powerful positions, that's kind of something that does seem to go hand in hand many times. So I think it's something that has to go hand in hand. No,
but we can just kind of look the other way if what they're doing is good for us politically.
Oh, well, I mean, we all have our character flaws, right? Even the most powerful men in the world have their character flaws. Even Genghis Khan.
It sounds like Ashley feels jilted. She feels as if she's been kept out of an inner circle that she feels entitled to. She called out Elon for responding to the smears rather than directly communicating with her. She said, Elon, we've been trying to communicate for the past several days, and you have not responded. When are you going to reply to us instead of publicly responding to smears from an individual who just posted photos of me in my underwear at 15 years old?
So Milo Yiannopoulos, right, has had all of the dishing on Ashley, but
yes,
of course, like she posted on Valentine's Day. Supposedly it was because the tabloids were going to come out with it, but conveniently she already had a sit-down interview with the Post ready to go. So, I mean, who knows what to believe in this case, but certainly she probably thought that she was going to be the special one, like she was going to get the ring and the man.
She's got 1 million followers. She's got 1 million followers on X. Did you notice that because she had posted her payments last fall, that her payments?
Yeah. Well,
did you notice that her payments quadrupled right around the time that she apparently was pregnant or having Elon Musk's baby?
It was convenient, wasn't it? Like, don't believe everything you read on the internet.
If you're looking for ways to make more money on X, I see a lot of men who volunteer. Yeah.
This of course, is the running meme right now. Everybody's pregnant with Elon's baby.
This is a cautionary tale, but my controversial take is it's not a controversial tale necessarily for the women, although there are important lessons for the ladies to learn. It's a cautionary tale for the men. Beware those which you impregnate with thy seed. 1 Petersonians 1:16. Beware. They're dangerous. They're man-eaters. They're predators. And once they get their hooks in you, they won't let you go. These women are dangerous. The more they present themselves in public as to be the highest order of morality and the best, and to be the arbiters and the deciders, the more you should be wary of them. But guys, they'll sleep with the homeless lady behind the dumpster, if they haven't had some in a few weeks. It's sad. But I
don't think we can give Elon that out. But yes, I understand what you're saying.
Not all of Elon's baby mamas are like super smoking hot. They're not like.
Right.
And Ashley St. Clair, she's a six. When she's completely.
Ooh, them's fighting words for some people.
When she's gussied up, right? She's got her chicken butt red lipstick on. You go into solid 7 territory. Now, if you want to talk about 9s and 10s, he was dating. Who was the crazy chick that pooped in
Amber
Heard? Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Now that's a 9 or 10 territory. She loses. She's not a 10 because she pooped in his bed. Obviously, Amber Heard, but she's a solid 9.
It's so funny. I just saw on, I don't know, YouTube or something, it popped up in the feed the other day of the crazy hot matrix. So
Dad Bod Baboon says Ashley is a bit higher, but she's no Camellia Peterson. I'm sure Camellia appreciates that.
No, tell me sweet little lies. Like, hey, a little makeup, a corset, some good filters, do a whole
You
lot
guys
of
don't want to
lifting.
see Camellia tarted up, man. If you ever get Camellia in a corset and her lipstick and she's going out and she's hoeing it up for libertarianism, which is allowed, by the way, but hoeing it up for conservatism is always struck me as a dubious prospect. Libertitties better than conservatitties, greater than conservatitties. Because, hey, say what you will, we may be psychos, we may be autistic, we libertarians, but at least we're not hypocrites.
Well, some people talk about being tradcon or being traditional or doing the whole thing, and some of us actually live it. What can I say?
Yeah, for sure. Now you're a single mom, you let him hit it raw. Big picture here. This, I mean, it's a distraction. A lot of people say that they're moving on. It was worth a conversation between the two of us just because it's too funny and I want to see you blush. But I imagine that they get some kind of private settlement, and then Ashley St. Clair mostly goes away forever, or maybe she continues to post on X to try and that's the front that she has to keep up in order to keep the payments going or something like that. But a cautionary tale for women and for men especially. Sure. But let's talk about the big work that they're doing. But actually, you know what? Screw them. Let's talk about the state level. Are we going to get a famous person to come to Missouri to talk about why we should abolish the income tax instead of having private citizens like me do it? Embarrass myself.
Well, I can't say 100% for sure yet because all the details are not nailed down, but let's just say it's highly likely, and we're working on it, and I'm a little excited.
I know. So where are we at? Where are we at with the legislation to abolish the income tax in the state of Missouri? So what's next steps?
Yeah, so next steps right now is neither bill on the Senate side and the House side have moved out of committee yet. To a certain extent, that's intentional because sometimes they can still tweak the bills while they're in committee, and the committee can continue to discuss that before they take the vote. And then after that point, when they're ready to do that and vote them out of committee, then they will go to the floor for a vote. Hopefully, I mean, that's where we start to have to rely on the legislature leadership to actually move it to the floor so that debate can be had. And there's especially a lot of strategy that goes into moving it on the Senate side. So, I mean, there will be a lot of moving parts. This will probably be ongoing. My guess is it won't be done until, close to May, if not May. Our session ends in mid-May, but because it's such a big deal, there'll be a lot of debate about it in the Senate, especially. Not so much in the House, maybe, but definitely the Senate. But no, I think we have an excellent chance, and we've got some good people fighting for it on our side. And I know that there's lots of people like, I want this tax and I want this tax. And yeah, we all do. I get it. Totally with you. But sometimes we take what's most politically viable and get done what we can get done. And right now, that is the income tax.
Is there anything that Missourians who support this measure can do to help aid the cause? If we are in Missouri, any steps that we can take?
Yeah, so I think that for sure. I think part of, because we know that politicians do respond to buzz in the media and in grassroots. Like there are a lot of factors at play, but definitely people can consistently, email, call their legislator, be nice about things, but hey, say, I just want you to encourage you to please keep considering voting yes on these bills. And just talking about it, we're doing, tour stops all over the state. And part of the thing behind that is not only to give people firsthand information about how this actually works, but also just to keep that buzz going, because we need to keep it in the public conversation in order to keep the lawmakers motivated to keep it moving and get it done.
Great. Okay, so we've got it there. Anything else that you want to share with our audience before we let you go today, CJ?
So I'm going to go back just a little bit, because when we talked about the Ashley St. Clair drama and all that kind of stuff, because we talked about how that be careful what you see on Twitter. And this, especially because this bothers me a lot on the TradCon side of things, because I hate it when our people screw everything up and we elevate these morons. But there was also we just do. I don't know why, but we do. But there's, especially, when it comes to the faith-based people, it just is going to ruin us, because we have these influencers who are on there, like Patriarchy Hannah. If you're on Twitter, look that one up. I won't even go into all of it. Total con, but for years. And this is the importance, I think, of being really discerning when we're on Twitter and social media, is that you can't trust things when people don't show their face and they're not transparent with you. You cannot trust that they are who they say they are. And so it is a cautionary tale in many ways for all of us.
There we go. It's a cautionary tale. Camelia Peterson, Joins us Tuesdays and Thursdays here on the Wake Up America show. We're glad and grateful to have you, Camellia, and we look forward to having you back again real soon. We'll see you Thursday. Have a wonderful week.
Have a great day, everyone.
Now you're going to rescue astronauts. And now, and again, you do all of this. I would think
Hannity?
liberals would love the fact that you have the biggest electric vehicle company in the world.
Yeah, I mean, I used to be adored by the left, you know.
Yeah, not anymore.
Less so these days.
He killed that, huh?
I mean, less so.
I really did it.
Well, I mean, this whole sort of like, you know, they call it like Trump derangement syndrome. And I didn't, you know, you don't realize how real this is until like you can't reason with people. So like I was at a friend's birthday party in LA, just a birthday dinner, and it was like a nice, quiet dinner, and everyone was behaving normally. And then I happened to mention, this is before the election, like a month or two before, I happened to mention the president's name. And it was like they got shot with a dart in the jugular that contained like methamphetamine and rabies. Okay? And I'm like, what is wrong? Like, guys, like, you can't have like a normal conversation.
That is
And it's
Trump derangement syndrome.
Like they become completely irrational.
That is Trump derangement syndrome. People becoming completely irrational.
This whole sort of like, you know, they call it like Trump derangement syndrome. And I didn't, you know, you don't realize how real this is until like you can't reason with people.
Yeah, completely agree. Speaking of can't reason, if you just heard that, by the way, that ding, 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 that's my my day trading bell. The markets are open. This is Trevor Noah and Princeton University professor Rua Benjamin advocating for the reintroduction of racial segregation.
Found myself wondering, and this applies to America, and then maybe it'll go to other places in a different way because Finland ties in. Do you think that integration was the right move? Like, and now I'm separating two things because I know in America people are like, well, of course, I mean, there was racism and there was segregation, and I go, yeah, no, I'm separating them. Let's separate someone being oppressed and someone not being able to get a job and someone not being able to get a bank loan. Let's take all of those, the negative things away, because I'll put myself out personally and say, I think whether we're talking about gifted kids who are anomalous, let's say, to the norm, whether we are talking about and I mean anything that does not fit into a category. I think part of the reason Finland is able to do it is because, have you been to Finland?
It's very homogeneous.
I've been to Finland. You know who's in Finland? Finnish people. That's it. That's it. And because they're all Finnish, there's an idea of like, no, we all head in the same direction. We all know what our actions mean. And that's a really powerful thing I've learned in communicating with other people. When I'm in a room with anyone where we start to tie together multiple things. So if I'm in a room with black people, already there's like an implicit trust because we know what certain actions, words, and vibes mean. And then you're in a room with another.
If white people were saying these same things, this would be considered a Nazi podcast.
African. Already. Now, even if you shout at me, I know what your shout means. The same way an Italian knows what an Italian shout means.
Yeah.
Right? I know I'm prefacing it with a lot because it's a loaded question.
Yes.
But I would love to know if you think integration was the right solution, maybe, on the other side of, you know, what of civil rights.
Yeah. No, I don't. And I don't think it's actually that controversial when if you understand that segregation.
It would be controversial if a white person said this.
And integration weren't the only options. Like within those two options, it may seem like integration is the more progressive. Like, of course, we don't want segregation. But again, when you're being integrated into institutions, into a culture that's a supremacist culture, that's a culture that feeds off of hierarchy, that feeds off of insecurity, anxiety, why are we being integrated into that?
Interesting. Elon Musk. Integration.
Y'all did all that shit by Elon. Y'all did all that shit by Elon. Talking all that shit about Elon, talking about Elon having y'all down and all that bullshit, like he give a fuck about the negative $3.42 that's in your motherfucking bank account. He don't give a fuck. Y'all did all that shit talking about Elon, but Elon the only motherfucker out this bitch trying to recover the goddamn money that they took from us. He the only motherfucker putting in work, and I'm talking about he running it down. He running that bitch down like a bloodhound. Y'all doing all that motherfucking talking about Elon. Y'all let these motherfucking aristocrats get in y'all head that y'all data is so motherfucking important to Elon because they don't want Elon in their goddamn business. That's what it is. They don't want Elon digging in their shit because they know that they got $100,000 salary, but they net worth is $10 million. How the fuck that work? What you been investing in? Let me know so I can get with the program. But y'all doing all that. Don't y'all letting these aristocrats get it in y'all head, but they steady uncovering where the money been fucking going this whole time. They want y'all to get on y'all. They want y'all to get on their side because they know Elon finna figure that shit out. That motherfucker ain't bullshit. Y'all weren't worried about your data getting breached when Apple had your shit, when Google had your shit, Netflix had your shit. Shut the fuck up. Just shut up and just enjoy the money that's finna get ready to start coming around. God damn.
I'm sorry for the language, guys, but it's so funny. Let's get some money flowing around up in here, guys. What do you say? Thank you, Andy Opperman. He donated $10 earlier. That might be our only Rumble rant we've got today. I don't know. I haven't been asking a lot lately. I haven't been greedy. I know that it's, it's still a lot going on in the marketplace there. But if you can and you want to, please do support the Wake Up America show. My recommendation, brand new Slash It motivational trucker hat. You can get it at forlibertyshop.com. With our famous libertarian Ron Swanson and his Slash It pennants. You can get that at forlibertyshop.com, exclusively at forlibertyshop.com. That $32.99 price tag that you see right there, that includes delivery, so don't get upset. There are multiple colors. You can get it in pink, ladies, if you would like. You can also get it in blue and red, the classic trucker colors, and it also comes in navy as well. So get yourself at forlibertyshop.com a Slash It motivational trucker hat. Go over to the shop, type Slash It in the search, and you will find the Slash It motivational trucker hat will pop up. There you go. Top there. There's a Ron Paul mug, an Elon Musk mug right after there. Slash It motivational trucker hat. I'll drop the link in the chat. You can get it right there, right here, right now, right here, right now, right here. Right now, the British police showed up to a man's home because he had written on social media that Christians must stand up after an Islamist attack in his native country of the United Kingdom.
Yep. Name and number, please, mate.
Yeah, PC Green, Echo Bravo 428.
John Joe, PC Turner, Hastings Police Station,
Thank you.
959.
So what's this about then?
So it was just a few
I won't film
concerns.
it, I'll just get it recorded.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Just a few concerns.
It's smelly right now, sorry.
It's all right.
Just a few concerns. You got a license for that free speech?
A mop, he just picks everything up.
It's lovely. What's his name?
It's lovely.
So why are you here today, sorry? No, you can all sit down, it's not a problem. You've literally just missed the missus and that. They've gone out like 10 minutes ago. Yeah. So what's the issue?
So it was just to, obviously what we've been told, that you might have a few concerns, a few things that are bothering you at the moment.
Yeah.
Whether there's
That's
anything
bothering everyone else in the country right now. So what are the concerns you're here for? Because this is religious discrimination right now, Because you wouldn't be knocking on Muslims' doors if they had this conversation. Because I already know why you're here. So this is religious.
Why do you think we're here?
I don't know. What's the priest told you?
People have raised concerns.
What concerns?
About your views.
What
whether
views?
That you've got concerns about what's going on in Australia.
Yeah, so I'm an Orthodox Christian. Now you've turned up at my house because I went and see my priest. So I'm going to get you all on film because this is going straight to my solicitor.
What are your concerns? Is there anything that we can help with?
No. Firstly,
can you believe that this is the language that we've evolved from? It's my solicitor. This is where English came from.
Disrespect to any of you. I don't want to sound abrupt if you can tell me why you're here.
So I think, as PC Sam's explained, so there was a report about some beliefs being expressed. So the reason I'm here is I work for the NHS, and if you're willing, I'm happy to talk and listen with you
that's
about
fine.
if you've got any concerns about your well-being.
No, I'm fine. I'm
so
fine.
you can find it.
Klaus, out. Sorry. No, because he's just jarring otherwise. You can sit down, mate. It's not an issue.
So my understanding is, now I'm not a police officer, I'm a nurse, so my understanding is...
So because I've
I'm
questioned
not a police officer, I'm a nurse.
About the church not acting on the behalf of Christians, you're now turning up here with mental health nurses, assuming that I'm some right-wing nutter.
So no one assumes anything. Can I
What?
explain my point of view? And you're happy, I'm happy to...
No, that's fine, because I...
See, this is...
Hello, my name's Sean.
Hello, my name's Sean. I'm here to deprive you of your God-given personal rights.
Name and number, please, mate.
Yeah, PC Green, Echo Bravo 428.
John Joe, PC Turner, Hastings Police Station.
I'm just here to ruin your life and choke your dog if you haven't give us any problems. That's the United Kingdom. That's Great Britain. Not my mother country, that's for sure.
Did you guys see Cat Williams in Phoenix?
No.
Did
Lit up
you
that
see
dude?
that? Oh
No.
my God! Not only did he lit up that dude, he had the whole crowd chanting "America."
Yeah, dude.
He's like,
What'd he do?
"Motherfucker, this ain't Mexico. This is Phoenix."
The person starts their heckling with F America, then that gives me the right to defend my country.
No, this ain't Mexico. It used to be Mexico, motherfucker, and now it's Phoenix, goddammit. And then still be allegiance to another fucking country. If you love another country more than you love America, motherfucker, then get to step into that bitch.
Facts.
So if you love Mexico, bitch, get the fuck over there. Oh, say, can you see the
We're back, guys. Boys, we are so back. We are so back. What so proudly we hail, but the legacy media is struggling to take us back to the future. About you accountable, then why is it that they were refusing Donald Trump's request for records? The reason why USAID was chosen immediately out of the gate by the Trump administration is because when they went out and started demanding for payments, halts on payments, USAID were the people who defied them the most, the Trump administration the most. And so that's where their ire was turned immediately on that organization because, of course, the people who are going to refuse the president's demands when it comes to spending, of course, that's where you're going to look. The people who defy you the most, that's how they discovered all the waste, fraud, and abuse.
It's under the staff.
And here's the legacy media running cover for essentially, the CIA and the State Department.
Our accountants and
these guys, man, they're just doing everything they can to run cover so that these people can take back over.
With concentration camps blooming in the United States, here's what queer people are doing. Yes, I said concentration camps. You can MAGA. We are getting a go bag ready. We are getting all of our documents ready. So
That's
driver's
good.
license, birth certificate, social security card.
You've discovered, congratulations, Lefty, you've discovered prepping. This is prepper stuff. Are you getting a gun?
Passport. Now, if you have to revert your passport and your documents to previously said gender identities that you were born with, do so. I'm allowed to do so with my driver's license that says X on it in the state that I'm in. I'm going Monday to revert that to my gender assigned at birth. So, the next step, we're going to have a go bag with shoes, clothes for 7 days, dehydrated food, think astronaut food for 7 days. We're going to have $1,000 cash or prepaid credit card on hand. And this is just for the emergency. This isn't for permanency. This is for a week of getting by off the grid. We're going to have anything ready for the pets that we're taking with us. So put some cat litter in your trunk. Put some cat food or dog food in your trunk. Make sure there's a leash there. Make sure you have everything ready for everything that you're taking with you. Make sure your medication is available and in extra stock. So stock up on it. Ask your doctor for a 3-month supply at one time. Keep your gas tank full. Have all of this stuff available and ready to go in a moment's notice for every single person in your family. You do not need a passport to get into Canada or Mexico. You just need your documents. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't have a passport ready to go.
Go.
Have a beautiful day and stay safe, my transgender family. All MAGA hate on this video will be deleted and blocked. So please boost this video with positive thoughts for other queer people and what you are doing to make sure that you are safe. And being safe does not mean hiding who you are. I am still going to live my life out loud every fucking day.
We know you will. Speaking of concentration camps in Germany, meanwhile...
On your phone now.
Yes, yeah. But remember, you are the Nazis. You are the ones who are going to put people in concentration camps. Do you remember?
I'm sure.
My friend Lou Perez released a video on a related topic.
Many people in America have seen the reporting from 60 Minutes on free speech in Germany, and more specifically how we arrest people for saying naughty things online. And I can tell you firsthand, as someone who has been a part of these raids, who has organized these raids, how important they are. I've been on hundreds of them. I'm looking forward to being on thousands. And I have to tell you one story in particular. We raided a man for his memes. We were tracking him for months, just seeing every meme that he shared, every meme that he liked. And finally, in the middle of the night, came the knocking on his door. And I noticed in the doorway, as we broke open his door and smashed his face in and put his naughty face into the floor, I looked over at the door and I saw what they call a mezuzah. And I can't describe to you the feeling I had, because if I were to utter it, I too could be charged with hate speech. But let me just say, there's nothing more satisfying for getting rid of all these hate speech people than when it turns out that one of them is a Jew. Oh, I'm sorry. It kind of transports me. I feel like my grandfather's still alive. He would be so proud of me. So please, all you rabbis there, whoever is left in Germany, continue to meme, continue to talk your hate speech, and you Americans with your free speech quotation marks. We come for you one day too.
Let me ask you something. Do you ever think, when you're watching the Wake Up America show, good God, I get all of the big news stories. I get, the Wall Street Journal and finding out what's going on in the world. We're getting, big conversations about the big things, the topics that affect my life. We talked about the egg shortages. We talked about the eggs of Wall Street, rent a chicken. We talked about things that we talked about Javier Milei. We talked about the plane crash. You saw the video of the plane crash, right? You got the Elon, but then you also got the Elon Musk baby mama drama with Camellia. We were laughing, we were snorting, we were goofing. You've got the funniest clips, the funniest memes. You got Cat Williams, you got Fox News, you got a little bit of everything on the Wake Up America show. And can you say, are you not entertained? So why haven't you clicked the like button yet? Ask yourself, how much value do you really get out of the Wake Up America show? And if you could say, put a price tag on it, would you donate that amount over at rumble.com/AP for Liberty right now? Would you become a monthly subscriber? If you really felt as if the Wake Up America show was bringing to you 5 days a week a tremendous amount of value in a For Liberty network, bootstrapped by me and a few other freedom fighters that are all just doing everything we can, stationed all over the country to try and bring you the best in news and entertainment in the world of liberty that there is. Is there a price you'd put on that? I'd like to ask you to make some Rumble rants right now, today, right before we go at the finish of the show. And if you're saying to yourself, yes, Austin, I actually do enjoy and love being a part of this community, and I would like to financially support the revolution, then I'd like to ask you to become a monthly subscriber. And there's tons of perks that you get when you become a monthly subscriber. But of course, Most of it is done because you know that we are sincere, we're patriots, and we're going to show up to our local town council meetings, and we're going to lobby our representatives as private citizens, speaking out for free speech, not just in the off hours. It's not all just freedom fighting by talking into a podcast microphone. There is an activist element to what we do here at the For Liberty Network. So support us financially, because if people don't, then there's no way to continue the revolution. The simple, plain fact of the matter is that it takes money to move mountains. And Floby Tenderson, he already bought a hat this morning. That counts, brother. That counts, brothers. So head over to forlibertyshop.com. Visit the Grift Shop. Go to forlibertyshop.com, guys, and get yourself some of our incredible coffee or our For Liberty, our brand new Slash It motivational hat. That one was made custom for Floby because he requested it, but I think other people might like it too, so we listed it for sale publicly. Slash It motivational trucker hat for sale now as we exit through the Grift Shop. Head to forlibertyshop.com, exit through the Grift Shop, guys. Drop some Rumble rants before you leave. Can you bless me with something?
Can you bless me with something?
Oh, gosh. Money-wise, C.O. Day says, great show today. Well, I'm glad we could please you, C.O. Day. I know you're a tough cookie. You're tough to please. So please do drop a Rumble rant before you go today, guys. Bless me with something money-wise. And go to forlibertyshop.com. We'll see you right back again here tomorrow. Wednesday's the Judge, Big Brain Day. So don't forget to come back here tomorrow, hear from Judge Aner Napolitano here on the Wake Up America show on the For Liberty Network. Have a great day, guys, and stay safe out there. Snow day, no school, no work. Everybody gets to go back to bed. Tired of spending your hard-earned money on woke corporations that don't share your pro-freedom values? Fed up with sipping liberal lattes and progressive cappuccinos? Introducing Founding Flavors from AP For Liberty Shop. Get your day started with Washington's Revolutionary Roast. As robust and principled as the man himself, this blend is the shot of energy heard round the world. Or maybe you want to taste the fervor of freedom with Adams's Patriotic Perk. It's as dynamic and balanced as the U.S. Constitution, sure to awaken your spirit of liberty. For the aficionados, we've got the Jeffersonian Java, a complex mix of flavors that speaks volumes about your refined tastes. And don't forget Betsy's Liberty Lullaby, our decaf option, crafted with the same care and dedication Betsy Ross put into our Star-Spangled Banner. This blend lets you enjoy the taste of freedom anytime without losing sleep. No woke beans here, folks. Just pure, patriotic, pro-freedom flavors brewed with love for liberty. So why compromise your principles for a cup of coffee? Stand up for your values, perk up your patriotism, and start your day the American way. Get your founding flavors at apforlibertyshop.com.